Now, I only, in preparation for this, I watched the first episode last night, and I enjoyed it.
Good, because I was about to make a Ben Shapiro joke.
Okay, yeah, but I actually did watch it. I actually like this kind of thing.
I don't have time for childish shows. I'm an adult.
This is heavily influenced by Japanese stuff in the past, like Battle Royale, the anime and manga Gunst. And if you saw that...
It is inspired by Battle Royale, actually.
It's from Battle Royale, There we go. And Alice in Borderland was pretty good recently.
Very good show, too.
I like this kind of dystopian, like, weird game for your life type thing that they do.
Now, I wanted to tell everyone, because I have actually been watching it.
Yes, you have.
At least you did some homework.
I watched the first episode.
I'm happy you did, because usually you'll be like, I have no time for childish
No,
games.
I'm not like that.
I'm joking.
I hate Korean dramas. This is not a drama.
It is. This is how Koreans... Remember you keep saying, I can't believe you watch Korean dramas. This is what they're like. This is what they're like.
You know those Korean like dramas with men crying.
Oh yeah, I love those too.
Yeah, no, that's what I don't watch.
No, but there's a lot of shows. Remember I told you to watch Vincenzo and stuff. You're like, oh, it's a Korean drama. It's like this. It's a show.
Maybe
it's a show.
Yeah,
and it's very well made.
I'm sure it is and everything, but there's probably crying men with swish hair and
Yeah.
plastic looking men.
There's crying men in Squid Game too.
I'm pretty sure there
because
are.
they're dying and shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, what I wanted to say is I'm only on episode 7 out of 9, so there won't be any spoilers.
7 of 9, eh? No,
7 out of 9. Dude, I used to...
Anyway, let's carry on.
You think she was pretty hot,
Yeah.
I almost went into a very personal thing there.
Anyway. I just got back from the bathroom, Anyway, let's continue, shall we?
I made a quick pea milk joke, and you go all the way in. It gets R-rated real quick when I leave the room.
So what happens if you have to leave the show?
You're the opposite of Ben Shapiro.
Yeah,
You're talking about men's secretions.
Nope. I'm just talking about you. Let's
wet
continue.
ass P word.
Stop.
Anyway,
stop.
So Squid Game. Yeah. I'm not going to give a lot of people in the beginning were like, you're going to spoil it. No spoilers.
No spoilers.
We're going to talk about what's going on with China.
Yeah.
So the really important thing that's happening in China right now is the fact that China is trying so hard to every maybe 5 minutes go to the next picture. I got some different pictures.
Yeah. All right.
Trying so hard to get rid of Korean influence. So we had a super chat earlier that asked about this, to get rid of Korean influence out of China. And the reason is that China's always suffered from a problem of not having cool media. Chinese music isn't cool to the local populace.
Yeah.
Chinese movies are not cool to the local populace unless you're a certain demographic.
Although that patriotic
certain demographic,
the patriotic movie really hit the blockbuster, that Korean War one, which is all fake.
But are you going to believe that? What do you believe, COVID numbers too from China?
No.
Tell us about what they do in China at the movie theater.
Well, I mean, they when there is a homegrown movie that they want to do well, especially if it's patriotic, they have all these ways of inflating the box office numbers. Not to say it didn't do well, by the way, because those kind of movies do well in China.
Right.
But they'll do things like take retired people that are supposed to get free tickets.
Right.
And they'll issue the tickets without actually giving it to the people and then mark it off in the system that all those retired people watch the movie.
Correct.
And then they'll pay for it. The local governments will pay for it or whatever. So it's the actual money goes in there. They'll do stuff like when someone buys a ticket to see a foreign movie, they change it. They actually sell them the ticket for that movie. All that kind of crap. Sell out seats that are fake. It's kind of ridiculous the lengths they go to. And I remember when they made this very patriotic Mao Zedong movie. I can't even remember what the hell it was. But they were going around, and even in Shenzhen, in the urban villages, trucks would turn up with like a big mobile projector, and they'd play it. They would play it to make sure everybody watched this really piece of shit movie, whatever it was. It was so annoying. Because I saw
the founding of the country or whatever.
So I think it was that one.
Yeah.
And they had so everyone's sitting there outside, and they would play it on the loudspeakers and have this big projector for everybody to see, everywhere. And the funny part about that one was, you know how they used to sell pirated DVDs everywhere. Yeah. Just on the side of the road.
We talked about that last episode, yeah.
Well, that's right. Now, they would sell pirated DVDs everywhere, right? And I used to go buy my pirated DVDs, and they don't give a crap about that. But when people started to sell this founding of a nation or whatever, patriotic Chinese pirated DVD, that police would come and raid them and shut them down and confiscate all their stuff and arrest them. But it's okay if you pirate all the Western movies, but if you pirate that patriotic movie, you're dead meat. So those shops kind of all disappeared, or they would be very, very careful to make sure they didn't have that in their little collection. It's kind of crazy. Anyway.
So what I'm getting into there, that's just a little side on how unpopular stuff actually is.
Yes.
Domestic stuff is in China. Korean stuff's massive. K-pop, K-dramas, all this kind of stuff. And it's it's to the point where you can't really get away from Korean dramas in China. Everyone watches them. They have Chinese subtitles. There's huge companies that are responsible for making those Chinese subtitles, right? Problem is that now the Korean drama market's shifting into Netflix, and Netflix is not allowed in China, right? In fact, if you want to get on Netflix, you have to use a VPN. And what do people do usually?
Dude, I got to tell you, it's so disgusting. It pisses me off. This is typical China, though. I've got a friend who he wants to watch Netflix. He's a foreigner, lives in China. So what he does is on Taobao, they sell 30-day free trials for Netflix. Now, everybody knows if you want a 30-day free trial, you have to sign up with your email address, and whatever other details in order to get this free trial, because otherwise people would abuse it. Well, guess what? The bot farms in China abuse it.
Yes.
They make random, tons of fake email addresses and fake whatever profiles. And what they do is they sign up for free 30-day Netflix accounts, and then they sell those on Taobao. So my friend, all he does is when his free 30-day thing runs out, he pays them, it's 20 RMB, which is what in dollars?
20 RMB, so it's about $2.50.
Yeah, it's $2.50 or whatever. He pays them online, and they send him the email address and the password of the new 30-day. They create a new one for him. So every month he's just... It's so scummy. So basically, he watches Netflix for free. That's just not for free. He pays $2.
Why doesn't he sign up for Netflix and then use a VPN to watch it? Just pay for it.
It's cheaper to do that.
That's so much effort.
I know, but that's how. If people are watching Netflix in China, most of them are doing it through these free 30-day trials.
Yes.
Imagine the Netflix account databases must have hundreds and hundreds of thousands of these stupid once-off reusable throwaway accounts with these 56999 at jd.com or whatever it is.
There's so many of those.
Some crap. Anyway, that's how they watch.
Pictures.
Yeah, that's how they watch Netflix. A lot of people there.
Right.
He also buys games for his PlayStation that way, which is the most annoying thing. What happens is people will hack other people's accounts. Okay, so they'll hack someone's account, quickly buy a certain amount of games. And then they give you the username and password. What you do is you log on your PlayStation, download those. It downloads to your PlayStation, and you can access those games through your other profile. So, but then if that other profile gets shut down or whatever, it doesn't matter because you've already downloaded them. He does stuff like that. It's kind of
wow.
Anyway,
so that's a good aside. So the thing with Squid Game is that it's the most popular show on Netflix of all time. Right. Yeah. So it's a Korean drama and it's popular. It's going to make waves in China too. Yeah. Even though it's blocked, even though the vast majority of people are not using Netflix like you're talking about, the vast majority of way they're going to watch pirated shows is through pirated websites. There's
streaming websites.
There's 60 of them. Yeah. 60 websites in China that are specifically catering to pirated things.
Yes.
And China lets a lot of them go because they'll play stuff that's not necessarily blocked. It's just stuff that didn't have access in the Chinese market.
Yes.
Now, Squid Game is absolutely on a list of something to be blocked because of how violent it is. Violent stuff is only okay in China if you're shooting Japanese soldiers.
Yeah, that's it. If you're killing Japanese or foreigners.
You can flay them alive. You can blow their heads off.
Sure.
That's fine as long as it's pro-China and pro-CCP history.
Correct.
But if you're showing a foreign-made show where people are getting their heads blown off and shot, very gruesome show, Squid Game, right? Sure. If you're showing this kind of stuff, that's not allowed. Number two, there's nudity and actual hardcore sex scenes, right, in the show.
I haven't got to that part yet.
Okay. Well, then it's not a spoiler. I mean,
no.
But anyway, that stuff is not allowed in China.
It's not a spoiler.
We're not getting paid by Squid Game. I think they're doing their own marketing. Yeah. We're getting money by talking about them. Sure. It's the other way around. So what was I going to say? So anyway, all of these things, they add up to not being able to be allowed to show in China. However, China has had in the past some different versions where stuff is censored and then put onto the pirated sites, believe it or not. They'll actually have shows, so let's say Big Bang Theory or something like this, where there'll be jokes that aren't allowed in China. Yeah. It's not sanctioned by the government, it's not allowed by the government, but they let people steal it because they're not supporting that company.
Yeah.
And the people kind of get to calm down, they have their entertainment or whatever. And then if it gets out of control, they'll ban it.
Sure.
So they'll ban the pirated stuff too.
Yes.
The problem with Squid Game is because of how prolific it was.
Yes.
One post on Weibo, I kid you not, one post on Weibo that said, here's how to watch Squid Game, got 2 billion views.
2 billion
So
views.
more than the population of the entire country.
Sure.
It was like the biggest post ever on Weibo, right? So the quote was, Squid Game is what everyone is talking about now. But this kind of show will never make it past Chinese censors. So I thank our fellow Weibo users for sharing information about where I can watch the show. And it got out of control. The government tries to shut down a website. It comes up another place, and it's everywhere.
Well,
now.
I mean,
it's everywhere.
My wife's already watched the whole thing.
Right. It's so popular, right?
So we just got to... Never mind, we're good.
It's so popular that they can't stop it, right?
Yeah.
So there's a simultaneous thing happening. China hates Netflix because of how robust the media is on there.
Yeah.
And they don't want their people to have access to it.
Sure.
And they're especially mad at this show because it's super influential. So Netflix is pissed off because China won't let them into their market. Right. Any company would get pissed. Think about it. If you have like a fast food chain and then
Unless
China
you're
says
Facebook.
no. I'll get into that another time. I learned a whole thing about that. It's hilarious.
Okay.
This kind of stuff that Mark Zuckerberg did. Oh my. Beyond naming his kid. Weird shit to try to get into China.
Doing the smog jogs.
Even more than that.
Okay.
But anyway, long story short, they're really pissed off because China won't allow them into their market.
Yeah.
So what you didn't previously see was Korean dramas that ever said anything negative about China. And I'll tell you why. This is fascinating. Even though a lot of companies are getting not allowed into the Chinese market, but even because they're a pirated company, right? Or a pirated TV show that's only allowed to be pirated in China.
Yeah.
They still get airtime on pirated websites, right?
Yeah.
Which pisses them off until they learn that they can get Chinese sponsors. So you can watch some Korean dramas that are not allowed in China.
Sure.
But they'll have a pro-China segment in it and Chinese like Mengyo or like sponsors kind of and stuff in a show that's not on Chinese TV. It's fascinating.
Yeah.
They realize that they can still make money off of advertising
because it's
by
so
doing
popular.
it because it's so popular.
Korean dramas, my wife, she watches them all the time on her iPad. That's her thing. While she's, doing something around the house or, whatever. She's having like a snack or eating gwaza or whatever, cooking gwazas.
Why not watch it on TV? You have a huge TV.
I know. I don't know. It's just her thing. I guess maybe when I'm doing something and, maybe I'm watching something on TV, she'll watch that. But it's everyone in China that I know, every single person loves Korean dramas and Korean TV shows. It's like the most popular, more popular than Japanese shows, more popular than anything. Yeah, I know you like.
I'm
like
obsessed with this shit now.
Yeah. Anyway, so she's already watched the whole of Squid Game without me, by the way.
Why would she wait for you?
Well, because she wanted to watch it with the Chinese subtitles. So later, when we watch it with English subtitles, it's bit easier for her to understand what's going on.
Oh, gotcha.
So it's like I'll give her a pass on that one.
Sure.
Anyway, I was just saying this is something that all Chinese people are talking about and watching.
It's the most popular thing on the internet right now. So let me get to the crux of it.
Yeah.
Korea's mad to the point where they send over like some diplomatic
By the way, I just got to say, Hunger Games is just a knockoff of Battle Royale.
Right.
Go watch Battle Royale.
And Squid Game is a absolutely better version of Hunger Games. So no reason to watch Hunger Games is our point.
Yeah, exactly.
Battle Royale and this show is great. So I would say that out of this whole concept, Squid Game and Battle Royale are the best.
Okay.
Out of those. Okay. There's a whole zeitgeist to this kind of stuff. But anyway.
It's got Beat Takeshi and,
it's awesome.
First Battle Royale. Almost said Hunger Games. Ugh.
No.
Anyway.
Cat piss Everdeen.
Anyway. Cat piss Everdeen. Let's just... Can we just...
I didn't make that up. I don't know why I said that.
Yeah. Anyway. So let's continue.
You're getting me off topic here.
Yeah.
So the really important thing about this revolution of Squid Game is that it's gotten so out of control that Korea needs to go plug the hole here because there's no sponsorships for Korean companies or anything here.
Sure.
And so they sent over like some ambassador dude that's like, Chinese authorities, can you please shut this down? But it's a wildfire at this point. Yeah. Everyone's finding ways to download it, pirate it, send it to each other. So here's the issue. Chinese government can't get a handle on it. And this show is the first time I've ever seen a Korean drama have things that are even slightly against the CCP.
Like critical of the CCP.
Critical. Yeah. There's a couple scenes in this show, and this is not a spoiler, where things are where they talk about how China repatriates North Korean sex traffickers. Or they traffic, they end up in China.
They don't repatriate the sex traffickers, they repatriate the people that have been sex trafficked.
Sex traffic victims back into North Korea where they'll suffer death and punishment.
Sure.
That stuff is never talked about in Korean dramas, and I'll tell you why. The Chinese market's too important.
Yes.
So we're finally at a point now. Netflix basically has cut its ties with China. They're like, well, this is not going to happen anymore.
Sure.
And we're finally seeing the CCP enter villain status in some of these shows, including even Korean dramas, and that's the CCP's nightmare.
Yeah.
Because at least they've been able to make Korea toe the line by saying, okay, your shows are allowed to be pirated.
They've made the whole world toe the line.
Right.
When last did you ever see? And I mean, look, you see the American government and various different governments cast as villains in movies all the time.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, there's an evil like chief who's going to press a button, or there's an evil this or that, evil general, or you know. Just look at the Ip Man where that like drill sergeant, still the funniest shit ever. I can't believe how ridiculous
We should have put it in this show.
Yeah, we will at some point. Anyway, the fact of the matter is, you never see China painted as an enemy ever, even when they do bad things. You know, the fact of the matter is, you can love the Chinese government all you want. They make huge, terrible missteps and missteps.
Oh,
and mistakes.
it's not mistakes. It's intentional.
Yeah.
It's intentionally evil.
Well, things that are evil, things that are bad, and you should be able to point those out. So if you're making a movie or a TV show, you should be able to point out, like, I don't know, the Tiananmen Square massacre or something, or something that's historically. You okay? You need to go to the bathroom again?
Joking. Choked on my spit.
What are you choking on over there? Okay, cool.
Stop!
Let's carry on. So anyway, the fact of the matter is, there are things that have been done by the Chinese government that are empirically bad, like allowing COVID to escape and not warning the world about it.
Genocide,
and
the
genocide,
lack
stuff
of human
that,
rights, and persecuting religion,
exactly,
and torture,
like
and
human rights people. You know,
it's
locking them up. There's so many things, but you never see anyone mentioning this kind of thing in a movie or in a TV series, because everyone's too afraid of China, too afraid of either being called racist or losing the market is the main reason.
Right.
So it's good to see this.
So in Squid Game, the CCP in particular, and we don't say China for a reason. There's nothing to do with Chinese people.
And if we say China, we mean the CCP. We mean the Chinese
unless we're talking
government.
about the good things about China.
Yes, unless we're talking about the country as in just like the land.
The things we like.
Yes, sure.
So anyway, the Squid Game is moderately cast the CCP as a villain, and that is incredible to me.
Yes.
I was blown away when I saw these things. These scenes stuck out to me in the show because I couldn't believe it. This is the first time I've seen a Korean show go out of its way to villainize the CCP, and I think that's a great shift.
Yes.
In what I think and what's being talked about. I don't know if this is speculation or not, so I'll say it's speculation.
Right.
But what's being talked about is in future shows that they're worried about losing to absolute complete censorship in China. So like shows that won't make it past the censors and then China will take them off the market anyway.
Yeah.
Is to include things about pro-China, pro-Taiwan independence, pro-Tibet, like we talk about genocide.
That's China's nightmare, because if that kind of stuff makes it into very popular TV shows like Squid Game.
Especially Korean.
Yeah. If that stuff, because it will be leaked into China, Chinese people will watch it, and the pirated stuff's not going to be censored.
No.
And now, so they lose their iron grip over the message. That's what they're worried about.
This is a Squid Game in a way is a revolutionary way into changing how things could be done for soft power from other countries into China, because you can't stop. The CCP can control all at once, but it can't stop what's cool.
No.
And Squid Game is cool, and unfortunately it carries some anti-CCP messages for them. And it's going to be watched by everyone there.
That's their fault for blocking the market off and being so heavy-handed, is that this kind of thing's bound to happen.
Correct. Now, no, you can go back to that.
Okay.
So just
Looks
some
like
Squid Game
PlayStation
stuff.
controller.
Yes, which makes me incredibly happy. Huge PlayStation fan. It's like saying I like music.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I like cars.
yeah. You like food?
Yeah, I like food.
Sandwiches are.
Yeah,
Am
awesome.
I right?
Yeah, totally.
Anyway, so some general Squid Game talk, because this is our most popular show ever in the history of ADV
Fantastic.
Podcast.
Welcome everybody who's watching. Thank you for being a part of this conversation.
Please make sure
Super
you are
important.
subscribed. Please. Yeah.
Okay.
So no, it's important. So you guys can know when we're live. So general
Smash that can of Coke.
Smash that can of Coke. Ooh, this one's full. I can't. Look how little this is.
So cute.
So
What are we, a Coke sponsor now?
no, because look, I got a Pepsi over here.
Okay.
And a LaCroix. What are we talking? I'm trying to get a topic.
Yeah, get through.
So some general Squid Game talk, because there's obviously a lot of fans in the chat right now watching. There's a number on the card. So in general, this is in the trailer. You guys don't need to have spoilers. But Squid Game, people go to this place and try to fight for money in general. But they get a card, a business card, which has a phone number on it. You've seen that, right?
Yeah.
I call this number. Unfortunately, I didn't show it. Unfortunately, the phone number turned out to be real.
Oh, really?
It's some old lady.
Oops.
And she's getting harassed by like tens of thousands of people.
She should set her number up as one of those you have to pay to call.
Dude, she'd make a kill.
Yeah, you know, like those 800 numbers or 900 numbers or whatever.
Stay online for a steamy chat. Hey, big boy.
Oh,
It's some
man.
like trucker woman, like, you know, like
When did
smoking.
that kind of thing actually still exists?
You know it does.
Probably.
For some like boomer.
Maybe.
Boomers are online though.
I got nothing against boomers. I think they're awesome.
No, but boomers doing that.
Oh, right. I
You know.
mean, I'm on the cusp of being a boomer anyway.
Are
Right
you? You don't turn into a boomer.
No, but I'm on the cusp, like a couple of years out.
Are you?
Born in 1980.
I think boomers is the 50s, bro.
That's true.
Where
Yeah.
you're like
Yeah.
a little far off.
A couple decades, perhaps. Yeah, maybe 3 decades, 2 decades.
Fantastic math.
Yeah, I know.
So
my
anyway,
math's great.
this woman keeps
What are her
getting
numbers?
calls.
Yeah, okay. She
Right.
keeps getting calls, right?
But what I thought was funny was this next thing here, which we'll get out of the picture for you guys to enjoy. But did you happen to? I have to ask you this to set it up. Did
Yeah.
you happen to watch it with the English dub at all?
No.
Okay, I only watch it in Korean, but I put on the English dub just to see.
Okay.
It's apparently so bad.
I don't watch dubs. It's
Okay.
all Japanese stuff I watched as well.
Right. So someone made
Well.
their own English dub of the show.
Oh, they did?
Which is very
So
funny.
this is not spoilers, right?
No.
Okay,
not
all
at
right.
all.
I haven't seen this. Okay,
it's very
let's take a look.
Any ideas?
It could be nipple twisties.
What the fuck is that?
One person uses their finger to draw a shape around the nipple. If you flinch, you get a twisty.
Oh shit. I have really sensitive nipples. Did you hear that? Little flower nipples over here can't even handle a simple game of nipple twisties.
Oh, wow. Sounds just like little bitch.
Old bitch nipples. Any advice?
Massage. Massage.
Oh, you mean like that?
Yes, that's right. Just like that, sir.
What is this?
You'll know.
Okay.
It doesn't spoil anything. But anyway, I just thought that was funny. So Squid Game, I think, has the potential to change. This is my summation. I think Squid Game has the potential to change how people try to sneak messages into China in the future. Kind of a message in a bottle. You know, like when they drop leaflets over North Korea and they're like, actually, this is what South Korea looks like. And it's like people having fun and like hanging out. That's kind of like a way of doing it.
It's a way
in
of
China.
getting messages in, because that is one thing about the current, my generation, your generation of Chinese people is they've grown up as China was opening up.
Yeah.
This rhetoric we're seeing right now with this whole Xi Jinping thought, and we have to close down.
Yeah.
And all this very China-centric hatred of the outside world, us versus them thing.
Yeah.
It's fairly recent. Okay.
It is.
And it's within the last 7 years or so.
You're right.
But previous to that, people were they're all watching Friends and
Yeah.
that kind of thing, and the Big Bang Theory. That was a big thing, and they were embracing Western culture. And it's difficult for those people to suddenly be told you're not allowed to watch an entertaining show.
Our generation of Chinese people are the least nationalist out
Yeah.
of all of them
Yeah.
because they've seen both sides.
Yeah, they
Right.
have.
The newest generation has not seen both sides.
No,
They've only seen the
unfortunately.
closed off version.
Yeah, and
Isn't that weird?
they've seen like China being a successful, like a place where there's money.
Yeah.
So they haven't seen the poverty, and
No.
they think that this is just China is so great.
And they also haven't seen outside influence at all.
No, that's
Right.
true. It's a bit of a mess. Welcome to the Royal Rumble.
Who do you want to see get their ass whooped the most?
I must say, I'm very biased against the Shills. I hope they all get a beat down.
We have no idea what's going to happen in this match.
Cannot wait.
Are you ready to rumble?
Sarah AI.
Take a look at that. She's showing off. Is Tractor gonna throw Chinese Ox out? It's Cool Gamer Nathan.
My
Subway
goodness.
Wonder Man. Subway Wonder Man.
Oh, is he out? Flying through the air like a missile and slammed into the mat.
And the engineer, Neo Dentech.
Neo Dentech!
Oh, Chinese Ox out of the way.
Oh, and it's Clapback. This roster.
Oh, Simon's
Simon.
out. Wait, I'm kicking your ass now? What's going on? Look, everybody wants Raging Roger out of there.
Raging Roger's out!
Oh, well.
Oh, wow. Forcing was
Oh, he's going for strike, brother.
Wow.
Oh, that was close. I
with an
cannot
upset.
believe it.
Oh, my goodness.
That is, that's insane.